Please rise for our American national anthem. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the EFRL, Extreme Forces Racing League. Tonight we are live with the East to West Apparel XFINITY series. We got a whole batch of brand new drivers coming in. We got a full field coming in tonight. I'm looking at 36, 37 cars registered right now for this event. We are live from Daytona Speedway. Oh man, I am excited for this race. We've been off for several weeks here on Monday nights. These guys have been chomping at the bit. The painters have been working hard. The crews have been working hard behind the scenes, getting these cars all fired up and ready to go. We're going to have some new names we got to learn. We got a bunch of old favorites coming back and some names that we have not seen in the EFRL for a long time or maybe forever. Couple of names that I recognize that I don't know if I've ever actually raced in the EFRL. We got the Mays brothers. We got Kyle and Todd Mays. We got Mr. Mark Shavers. Matthew Setzer making his return to the EFRL. Some of the newcomers coming in tonight. We got a Jay Green piloting that number 15 car. We got Timmy Green. Who else we got that's brand new here tonight? Mark Kalin. He's top of the leaderboard. Stephen Hogan. Another driver returning. Old friend of the EFRL, Mr. Ryan Frey. Driving that number 32 Hulk Hogan Special. Oh yeah, brother. Keep an eye out on that one. Big field coming into tonight. Daytona, anything can happen. It's anybody's ball game here. Looks like we got some drivers practicing their pit stops. You got to get down to pit road speed, get the car woed up, not cook your tires trying to hit your pit stalls. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I do have a storm rolling in here in northern Minnesota, so hopefully we don't have any issues there tonight. I'm excited to see all of these drivers on the big track of Daytona. Some fan favorites returning. We got the Park brothers, Josh Fox, Joshua Reese returning. Dunford, Lee Krause is going to be back in action in that number 99 machine. Oh, that number 2 Walker learning how hard it is to exit pit road and get up to speed at the same time. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hopefully we get some green flag racing action in here pretty quick. We got 58 seconds left. There goes Matt Moreau in the number 38. FALCONGRAFIX Racing on that machine. A lot of new teams out here this evening, so we'll keep an eye on those. Give a couple quick shout outs to some of the painters here that have painted cars for the series tonight. Michael Steele from Michael Steele Graphics and Designs does an amazing job. Josh Fox does amazing work. FALCONGRAFIX has knocked out a couple cars. So if you're looking for a painter, we have plenty of options for you. Practice is coming to a close, and then we're going to get going on some qualifying runs here. I myself, as a driver on a Daytona track with this many cars, I myself would probably opt out of qualifying and just start in the back. That way I can not be in the midst of it. It's going to be a nice long race coming into tonight. A little bit longer races than we're used to running on Monday nights. I do believe we have a stage break around lap 30. Let's jump on board with the number 26 of Sean Patrick. Looks like he's getting ready to... Oh, no, maybe he changed his mind. He don't want to go qualifying. We'll find somebody going out. Mr. Dean Qualley in the number 98 Extreme Broadcasting. That's our sister channel right here for the Extreme Forces Racing League. Broadcasted by our buddy Mr. Tom Queering on Tuesday nights. Broadcasts our EFRL Dirt Street Stock Series. Dean Qualley also running with All the Dirt and Grooming by Kimberly on the hood of that bad boy. That number 98 Ford Mustang. Dean had to change up his number for this season. Hadn't planned on racing, so he gave up the number to somebody else, and we found him a ride, and he's back out on the track. He has started his first lap. We'll see what he's going to do. Chrome numbers on the side of that machine, can't go wrong there. Chrome always makes a car go faster. Down the back straightaway, entering into turn number 3 for the completion of his first lap. He is all the way up against that outside wall. Car looks a little squirrely. All right, Mark, thanks for tuning in tonight. Now, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Is it Mark Kalin? Dean Qualley on his first lap. 3/4 of a second off of our leaders. Thanks, James, for tuning in. Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that number 5 of Michael Steele here tonight. Michael's a good buddy of mine, and we always hope he does well. Dean Qualley coming around for a second lap. This time he is right at the bottom, looking to improve what he had for that first lap. Coming to the stripe. That's going to jump him to the top of the leaderboard. Mr. Quali on that number 98 machine. He knows how to get it done. Jumping on board with that number 32, Mr. Ryan Frey. Hulkamania forever. The Hulkster passed away just recently. Real American Beer and Nerds doing nerd things podcast on the side of that number 32 machine. Ryan has been a longtime friend of the EFRL. Ryan used to help AJ Coppola on Monday nights broadcasting our series for us when we first started out, and happy to have him back in the fold racing with us here on Monday nights. Ryan's second lap. Gonna shoot him up a little bit to 8th on the leaderboard. 9th now, as Joshua Reese jumps up to 2nd. Kyle Mays jumps to the top of the leaderboard in that number 22 Bobcat Special. I'd love to see Vivi behind the wheel. That'd be awesome, James. Daniel Krim for the credit on the base. Awesome. JVM Graphics. So many cars out there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are gridding up. Let's go over our starting grid real quick. On the front row, Kyle Mays, Daniel Krim. Row number 2, Joshua Reese, Forrest Hamilton Jr., Dean Qualley, Fairnham Jr., row number 3, row number 4, Jay Green and Timmy Green, row number 5, Matthew Setzer and Ryan Frey, row number 6, Brandon Griffiths and Mark Kalin, row number 7, we got Sam Maxwell, Joshua Fox, Lee Krause, Anthony Hamilton Jr. in row number 8, row number 9, Ben Park and Todd Mays. Row number 10, Joshua Walker and Aiden Giordano. Row number 10, Travis Lapenas and Brandon Combs. Row number 12, Devin Smith and Mr. Michael Steele. Oh man, we got a lot of cars tonight. Brandon Brown and Stephen Logan. Dan Park, Kyle Lingerfeld, Dylan Dunford, Jesse Adams, Mark Shaver, Sean Patrick, Matt Moreau and Dwayne Kernahan. Dwayne Kernahan, back to see him back. That's awesome. Derek Regal and Aaron Murphy. We got a full field here tonight, looking to have an awesome race. Justin, how's it going, buddy? Hulk Hogan on his 72nd birthday, Ryan. That is awesome. Love the car, man. That thing looks sweet. Oh, number 95 Budweiser machine. Love that thing. That is awesome. Looks like our field is starting to move out. Dirt late model, Justin, or late model stock? All right, up front right now, we have the Park brothers, Ben and Dan Park. When we come to the stripe, we are going to have a moment of silence for the Park family. Dan and Ben's dad, Timothy, is having some medical problems, so he is in the hospital right now. So we're going to have a moment in silence and prayers for the Park family. Both of these drivers have their dad's name on the driver's side above their car in honor of their dad. So our thoughts and prayers go out to them, and please help us commemorate this moment of silence for the Park family. All right, we're going to get ready to go green next time by. All right, everybody, you know what time it is. All right, we're going to kick the tires. We're going to light the fires coming out of turn number 4. It is the first race of the season live from Daytona. Let's crank these bad boys up and let's do this. Pay no mind to the scoring pylon. It'll get straightened out here in a minute. Green flag is in the air. Love to hear the roar of those engines coming to life as we exit through the tri-oval. Oh, we got some cars out of shape already down the back straightaway. Looks like Lee Krause, that might be a planned exodus. Just falling to the back in the early stages of this one. 80 laps of distance here tonight. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with my scoring pylon, but that thing is not accurate to what's going on the track. Because right now I'm looking at the 47 and the 22 battling for the front row. Yeah, something is messed up on my scoring pylon, folks. Because those Whoa! There we go. Kyle Mays and Daniel Krim on that front row, followed by Joshua Reese and Forrest Hamilton Jr. Then here comes that number 98 of Mr. Dean Qualley, sneaking up towards the front. I'm not quite sure how Mr. Qualley abandoned our plan earlier. We were talking about this all day today, and he's like, yep, I'm not gonna qualify. I'm gonna start in the back. I'm gonna keep my nose clean, gonna stay out of trouble until the end. And here he is on lap 3, challenging to be in the top 5. Ryan Frey and that number 32 machine on that outside row, running the Hulkamania special car. He's doing pretty good early on stages of this one. We'll fall back a little bit here. The fastest lap was set by that number 28 machine of Mr. Brandon Combs. Yeah, he's slicing and dicing. He's going to slide up to that top line right in front of Devin Smith. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Nice big field here tonight for our first race of the season. These guys are looking pretty slick, staying out of trouble, keeping their nose clean, just kind of riding around. Dwayne Kernahan in the number 36 machine. JTD Motorsports. Fastest lap last time around. You get a good run back there. Almost a full second faster than our leaders. Up front, we do have a new race leader, Joshua Reese in that number 1 machine. Sliding up on the high side, looking to get it done. Now he's going to drop down to the bottom in front of the 22 of Kyle Mays. Digging the paint scheme on that 162 machine of Timmy Green. Reminds me of the old Toyota off-road stadium trucks paint schemes. Loving it. Ivan the Iron Man Stewart. Right behind him is the 15 of Jay Green. Sticking to the back bumper. Heck yeah, Jackson. Let's go, number 1 car. Mike Honcho cheering on the 65 machine of Kyle Lingerfeld. These cars are getting it. Three wide right now, looking for 3rd place. Here comes that number 8 machine of Farron Elam Jr. Driving that, looks like Travers Whiskey. That's the car that Dale Jr. entered into the Cup Series at Daytona this season. Had a successful run there. Hopefully see more Dale Jr. car in the Cup Series in the future. Getting a little squirrely there, 3 wide for 3rd place. Number 45 of Brandon Griffiths working his way forward. He is up 8 positions from where he started. Farron Elam looking to lead some laps. Oh, Daniel Krim looking to make it 3 wide. He's going to think twice. He backs out of it a little bit. Brett Neville, let's go Green Brothers. Riding on board with the 22 of Kyle Mays right now, looking out the back bumper, staring at that number 98 machine of Mr. Dean Qualley. Farron Elam Jr. looking to make a move down low. He's going to try to take the lead away from Joshua Reese. Every bonus point is going to matter at the end of the season. Get bonus points for leading a lap, bonus points for leading the most lap. We do have 1 stage break in this race, and I do believe that's going to be around lap 30. Not quite sure how long a fuel run is on these. I didn't get the chance to talk to the drivers. Oh, we got a little bit of a bump between the 45 and 8. The 8 got a little bit of squirrely. Everybody's able to maintain. Oh, Dean Qualley now on that high side. Oh, we do have some drivers out of this one already. The 62 of Kalen Shavers, Hogan, Lingerfeld, Dunford. Not quite sure what happened there. We didn't have any cautions. do know some people were having some internet issues. The 17 of Ben Park kept falling out due to packet loss. Getting a little single file now up front. Farron Elam leads Griffiths in the number 45 machine. Joshua Reese in third. Timmy Green in fourth. Jay Green in fifth. Kyle Mays in sixth. Daniel Krim 17th. Quali in eighth. Ryan Frey in ninth. And Walker in 10th. Back side by side. Here comes Kyle Mays leading the charge on that high side. He's got Krim pushing him. Very close racing up front. Everybody driving nice and respectful. Do want to give a huge shout out to our race control for the season, Mr. Sam Maxwell. He's going to help keep these boys under control. Farron Elam trying to get that bottom line working again. He's got a good, strong push, even though he doesn't have as much help as the outside line. All the cars are still in this lead gap. So I'm not sure what happened to those cars early on. To why we have so many out. Aiden Giordano, Josh Fox is out. Shavers, Kalen, Hogan, Lingerfelt, Dunford. Farron Elam's going to lead another one that time by. That is not a very good drone cam. Oh, a little dust up. Ryan Frey looking to get a little high. Dusted the wall just ever so slightly. From first to 28th, 2 seconds separate the leader from last place that's on the track. But man, they're still all running nose to tail. There really isn't a gap anywhere. No big groups have broken away. We're on lap 18 of 80. Everybody looks like they're staying pretty patient, trying to get to that stage break. Let's jump back a little further in the field. See what we can see. Check on some of our other drivers here tonight. Derek Regal in that number 86 machine, currently running in 18th position. He is up 17 spots. There is my buddy Matt Moreau. Right there, that number 38 machine on the high side got Lee Krause right behind him. '41 car of Aaron Murphy up 22 positions. He's up to 14th. He is our biggest mover so far tonight. Dan Park in that number 7 machine is up 15 spots. Dan rocking that brand new paint scheme from Michael Steele Graphics and Designs. He's got his father riding on board with him tonight. Tim Park sitting on the door frame tonight. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you, Tim. Hopefully you have a speedy recovery and a lot of bright cars out here tonight. There's that 26 car of, where to go, Sean Patrick, our league sponsor for the Monday Night Series. East to West Apparel Company, Toyota Supra. Back up front, not much has changed. Farron Elam still holding on to that lead. Brandon Griffiths, Todd Maid right behind him. So those cars are not out? Well, let me take a look here. Oh, my board's going all crazy. Oh, we got some blinking going on. They are still out there racing. I am sorry about that, folks. I'm not quite sure why my board is freaking out like that. So right now, as far as I can tell, the only car that's actually out is maybe Mr. Ben Parker. I know he was having some issues early on. Oh, we got some thunder crackling in the background here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we don't run into any issues. Jesse Adams driving probably one of my most favorite paint schemes of all times. The Jeff Gordon T-Rex DuPont car. That car was outlawed by NASCAR. They wouldn't say it was illegal. They just said, we don't ever want to see that car again. And thank you for the update, Vinny. I appreciate it. We'll try to keep an eye on them boys back there a little closer. Right now, Farron Elam looks pretty comfortable up there in the lead. Kyle Mays once again trying to get a run on that outside. He's got Krim pushing him. We got Griffith pushing Farron Elam. We got 36 cars out here. that took the green flag. And to the best of my knowledge, Ben Park is the only one that is out due to packet loss. Yeah, right now we're showing Mark Kalin in 27th position. Yeah, right now no drivers have pit yet. I'm guessing that lap 30 is going to be our first round of pit stops. All the drivers are getting single file back here. Lap 27 out of the 30 for our first stage break. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Very happy to have you with us here tonight. Daytona racing, probably one of my favorite tracks I love to hate. I love racing it, but I almost always end up finishing not good because I get caught up in something that 75% of the time isn't my fault. There's always that big one that you never can quite avoid. We are side by side though, at least for the first first 20 cars we're still side by side. There's that 21 machine of Aiden Giordano. Outback Steakhouse. That's a pretty cool looking paint scheme as well. Kyle Mays making that high side work. He was leading that last lap. Alright, so if lap 30 is a stage break, at the end of this lap, we should have the caution flag thrown. Farron Elam gets a good run down the back straightaway, looking to secure a stage win here. Get those 10 bonus points. And there we have the caution on lap 30 for our stage break. Top 10 on the field will receive bonus points. And everybody, I can guarantee it, will be pitting after the field gets bunched back up. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Alright, we have our leaders down pit road. 4 tires and fuel, they're going to be down and away. Aaron Murphy back out quick. Aaron Murphy actually did not pit. Shows him in the pit, but according to my scoreboard, he did not. Alright, James, way to take a look at that Mr. Michael Steele car. Look at the beautiful car by Mr. Michael Steele. Love the texture and the colors on that thing. Michael Steele never disappoints. It's like a fairly long pit stop for Michael. Alright, right now we're showing, where's Mr. Kyle Lingerfeld? Kyle Mays back into the pits once again. Maybe just looking to top off some fuel. Get a couple extra laps. Our green flag runs. Lights look like they are off on the pace car. We're going to be going back green flag racing coming out of turn number 4. I am not sure what is up with the scoring pylon tonight. Pace car should be dipping off. Farron Elam Jr. is going to lead us to the green flag. Gets us kicked off in the Geico restart zone. Stretch out a little bit. You don't want to get too much of a jump on these guys, because they'll come blowing by you like a freight train. He's going to fall back down in front of him, pick up the 47 and the 45. Inside line, hooked up nose to tail. I don't expect to see him to stay that way for very long. getting her done. Stranger to victory lane in the APPAREL, although it has been a fair amount of time. Up 29 spots from where he started this event. Apparently showing him as the biggest mover. Dean Qualley after those pit stops. Falling it back a little bit. Spots. We're only halfway through our 80-lap feature. Sorry, our 80-lap race. We're not dirt track racing. There's no feature races here. Brandon Jr., Daniel Quinn, Brandon Griffiths, Ryan Fry, Wayne Kernan, Travis LePayne is that number 16 machine. We haven't talked about Travis too much tonight. Quietly working his way forward. We got Jay Green, Landon Brown. That's a newcomer to the EFRL. Driving that number 83 machine. Currently running in 8th. He is up 17 spots. Right behind him, we got that number 99, and Mr. Lee Krause. Right behind Lee, we got that number 162, or only triple digits here tonight. A little high. 26 gets stuck in a wall for a little bit. He's able to hold on to a caution. He is out. Ooh, let's see if we can't track this down a little bit better. Oh, looks like they're going to bunch up behind. Got stuck into the wall. Kyle Lagerfeld does make it through. Matt Moreau is involved. Forrest Hamilton Jr. Josh Fox, Aaron Murphy. We'll see how many of those drivers are going to be able to continue. This is our first real caution of the race. Matt Moreau in the pits, he's got some heavy damage done to the number 38 machine. Forrest Hamilton Jr.'s got some heavy damage. leaders coming down pit road. Once again, they're going to top off on fuel. I don't expect to see them take any tires. Yep, just a splash and go. We could see some drivers try to make it to the end. Timmy Green opting to stay out on the track, along with that 28 of Brandon Combs and Anthony Hamilton, Kyle Lingerfeld, and Michael Steele. I'm not sure if Michael maybe got caught speeding or something. Michael did pit, so he might have... No, he didn't pit. Not quite sure what's going on there, why the 32 is falling back. Or, sorry, why the 5 of Michael Steele is falling back. Thank everybody for tuning in and joining us on a Monday night to cheer on your favorite driver. I don't see any lights on the pace car. We should be getting ready to stack these boys back up and go at it once again. This was our first actual caution of the race. Looks like we're going to have roughly 37 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. I could see some of these guys trying to stretch out that fuel run, falling to the back and holding on to see if they can go without making another stop. Michael Steele is showing all the way back in 28th. Not sure if he got dinged for causing the caution or what happened there. But under green once again, we do have a new race leader. We got the 162 of Timmy Green with Brandon Combs on the outside and that black and green number 28. The 23 of Anthony Hamilton has moved up to the front. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for a place to race, check out Extreme Forces Racing League on Facebook, We give you a Discord link. We got racing 4 nights a week. Double headers on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Monday nights we got the East to West Apparel Company XFINITY series. Sorry, we used to be ARCA series. On Tuesday nights we got the FALCONGRAFIX Legend series, followed by the EFRL Dirt Street Stock series on Wednesday night. We're going to have the Buck Wild NASCAR Classic series. And then on Thursday nights, we're going to get down and dirty with dirt cars. We got a doubleheader with the Dirt Mini Stocks, followed by the UMP Modifieds. And those are going to be right here on All the Dirt. Come forward, check us out. If you are looking for a place to race, get in touch with Dean Pauly or myself, Mick Olafson, on Facebook, and we can get you hooked up with a Discord link. Trying to work our way back up to the front is the 47 of Krim and Baron Elam Jr. Here's a car we haven't seen up front, Mr. Mark Kalin in that number 62 machine. He's been patient, riding around in the back for most of the race. And number 95 of Mr. Devin Smith, never count that guy out. 41 of Aaron Murphy had a little bit of a dust up with that caution. It looked like he just maybe scraped the wall a little bit. The 83 of Landon Brown having a decent run. Logan McNitt in chat cheering on Mr. Dean Qualley. Ooh, 3 wide. Kyle Lingerfeld up on the high side, getting a little squirrely. Up into the wall a little bit. Aaron Murphy makes a pass. If you've never driven one of these cars around Daytona, when you're 3 wide in the draft, these things can get dicey and a little scary. You got to be able to trust the guy you're racing right next to. And for the first race of the season, with this many new drivers, these guys have been doing an amazing job here tonight. Can't say that enough. These guys have been putting on a great show. Sean Patrick in that 26 machine, who'd gotten into the wall just a little bit ago, has worked his way up to 5th. He is up 27 spots from where he started this event. We got contact. Baron Elam Jr. See if we can't get a little different angle on this one. You can see the backfires coming out of the 8. 45 is going to get into him. Pushes him up into the side of the 28. Got drivers taking evasive action. 83 is involved, the 7 is involved, the 41 is involved. Some of those just might have been taking evasive action, but they were involved in some point or another. So caution is out on lap 50. I would expect to see most of our front runners to come in, top off on fuel, and possibly change some tires. Currently, Mark Kalin, Jimmy Green, top two cars. Top 7 cars stayed out. Devin Smith, Matthew Setzer, Dan Park, Landon Brown, Lee Krause, Todd Mays all opted to pit. Second caution of the night on lap 50. We go back green flag racing. They should have enough fuel to make it to the end. '94 of Dunford taking tires down and away. Mark Savers taking tires, he's down and away. Some of these drivers look like they only took left side or right side tires, but they do have to wait for a full fuel load. Number 7 of Dan Park doesn't look like he has any damage from that incident. He's going to be down and away. Alright, race fans, we're only 2 cautions in, 1 caution for a stage break, 38 laps left of green flag racing. We're still at Daytona. We really haven't seen a big one yet. When do you think it will come? Dean Qualley currently in 11th, just outside the top 10. Eric Riegel in that number 86 machine. He is up 26 positions. Alright, we're getting lined back up. We're going to go green coming out of turn number 4. 2.5 mile track, 80 laps here tonight. 52 laps down. 38 to go. We got a thunderstorm booming outside my window. We got a thunder booming down on the track. Alright, we're going to go green here. We're coming through the tri-oval. Should see that pace car dip off in just a second. Green flag is in the air. 62 of Mark Kalin gets a decent jump. He's got the 26 of Sean Patrick right behind him. Top three single file down on the bottom. And look who's riding fourth at number 32 of Ryan Frey. He's got the Hulkster running on the hood of that machine for Hulk's 72th birthday. We did lose a Hulkster here just recently. An icon of the 80s and 90s here in the United States. Ultimania ran rampant with a lot of people, even when he wasn't a good guy. And look who's up in 8th place at number 65 of Kyle Lingerfeld. Got Travis Lepanis and Jeremy Kernahan all running up there. Holy cow. Not sure if you guys are through the microphone or not, but she's rocking and rolling outside. Here comes an outside lane led by Anthony Hamilton in that 23 machine. Lingerfeld and Kernahan. Whoa, we got a little squirrely on that high side with Dwayne Kernahan. Baron Elam Jr. there, number 8, didn't suffer too much damage. And here comes the 22 of Kyle Mays. Working his way back up to the front. He ran up front for the first 30 laps right before that stage break. 26 laps to go. Mark Kalin out front trying to hold off Anthony Hamilton on the high side. He's got the 26 of Sean Patrick pushing him. Ooh, the high side gets squirrely with Lingerfeld and Kernahan. Breaks up their draft a little bit. Here comes that bottom side powering back through. Name we haven't talked about too much tonight. We got Mr. Matthew Setzer just looking outside the top 10. Driving that number 35 Chevrolet. Sean Patrick gets a little loose, touches the apron down on the bottom. He gets her back under control, stays in line. I know it's only the first race of the season, but you do have to think big picture. Loose on that high side. He's going to be falling back. We got a crash. Dan Park hard into the outside wall. There's a big one. Looked like the 22 of Combs, or 28 of Combs, got into Shavers. Shavers didn't suffer much damage, but man. was some pretty hard hits by some drivers there. Guess they can't find them. Let's back this up, see if we can't find where Dan parked. The 28 gets into the 27. Dan Park gets hard into the outside wall. Oh, hard hit by Dean Qualley. Took out our cameras. That's a rough night.
He's a fat little query.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Little son of a bitch.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What's happening?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the 26 of Mr. Sean Patrick up in the booth with us right now. How you doing, Sean?
Oh, that's the best run I've had in a long time, but it ain't over yet, so I ain't getting my hopes up.
Yeah, we're a long ways from the end on this one.
Yeah, it's still 20 laps away.
You were having a darn good run so far, though. That's what we like to see.
Oh yeah, I think I started like 36 or something, somewhere around there. So.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you started. Actually, it must have been 32nd because you've improved by 30 positions.
Okay.
So you are running up front, and the 26, Mark Kalin, he's your teammate?
Yes, sir.
You guys are having a nice, solid run. Hopefully you can hold on for the next 20 laps, but unfortunately at Daytona, I don't think we're done wrecking here quite yet.
Yeah, I don't think we are either, but hopefully we can keep something solid going.
Well, good luck, sir. Both of your cars look awesome. Michael Steele did an amazing job on those vehicles, and good luck tonight.
Thanks, sir.
All right, we'll have to work on pulling up drivers a little bit better. I am sorry for anybody that heard maybe some things that they shouldn't have heard, but sometimes drivers get heated in the minute. We got 20 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. Lights are off on the pace car. Our front row are teammates of Mark Kalin and Sean Patrick. Riding behind him in second or third, 47 of Krim, and the 32 of Mr. Ryan Frey. The 22 of Kyle Mays back up into the top 5. The 23 of Anthony Hamilton. Kyle Lingerfeld holding on to the top 10 spots. And we're going to go green flag racing coming out of the tri-oval. Looks like the 45 of Griffiths is out. Green flag is in the air. We'll see if the 26 can get down in line and help out his teammate. '62 is going to hold up the bottom line and let the 26 get down in front. He's going to let Sean Patrick lead a couple laps here tonight, get some bonus points. Here comes Kyle Mays on that high side trying to power back through. He's got Ryan Frey pushing him down the back straightaway. The Highline loses his momentum, but here comes the 47 of Krim. He's going to jump up to the top, see if he can't help out. Dan Park falling way back. Looks like he's got too much damage. He's unable to hold on to the draft. Unfortunate turn of events for that number 7 machine. Yeah, heavy right front damage. Unfortunately for him. Side by side, battling for that front spot. Sean Patrick, Daniel Krim, Mark Kalin, Kyle Mays, Ryan Frey, and Kyle Lingerfeld. Lee Krause in that number 99 machine has worked his way up to the front now as the laps are winding down. Oh, it looks like we got a car into the wall and more contact is made. That is the 21 of Aiden Giordano. No caution is out. It looks like they spun down off the track. We are still green. Cautions are controlled by iRacing, so if they are down on the apron and iRacing doesn't see them as a danger, it will not throw the caution flag. We've got some contact between the 26 and 62. Talking to the drivers, I heard you can't push for more than 2 laps without these cars starting to overheat. Ooh, the 65 of Kyle Lingenfeld's going to touch that apron and get a little bit squirrely right in front of Lee Krause. Laps to go this time by. Oh, Kyle Lingerfeld goes for a ride. There's the caution flag. Let's keep an eye on that 65 of Kyle Lingerfeld. Let's see if we can't get a little better camera angle here on him. 23 gave the 32 a bad push. He comes down, door slams the 65. Oh, hard slam into the inside wall. Ryan Fry is trying to hold on to it. He's going to collect the 8 and the 35. Unfortunate turn of events for Ryan Frey. He was having a great run tonight, but a bad push by the 23 of Anthony Hamilton causes chaos. $14 laps to go. Get back to green flag racing. It looks like we're probably going to be at 10 to go for this one. We do have 3 chances as a green-white checker. Hopefully we don't need them. Leader when the caution came out was the 26 machine of Sean Patrick. We did talk to Sean a little bit. Happy to be running so good. Lights are up on the pace car. We're going to get restacked and re-racked. We get the green flag with 12 laps to go. Is your favorite driver still in the race? Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for the FALCONGRAFIX Legends Series, followed by the EFRL Dirt Street Stock Series. I am sitting, I do believe, currently 3rd or 4th in points in the Dirt Street Stock Series. I was unable to race last week, had to take last place points for that. That hurt a little bit. We'll see if we can't recover some. We've had some really good runs this season. Haven't been able to secure a win yet in the Dirt Street Stocks, but looking to change that tomorrow night. Alright, 26 is going to lead us to the green flag. He's got his teammate, Mark Kalin, right behind him. Oh. 11 laps to go. We got some crazy pushing going on between the 23 and 99, maybe even the 8. The Mays brothers are on top behind Daniel Krim. Been racing around the Mays brothers for quite a bit. Keep an eye on those guys. They know how to get wind done. Trying to get that outside line going, but he's unable to do so at the current moment. That bottom line's going to march back around him. We're going to be 9 laps to go when we come to the stripe. I do want to give everybody watching a quick shout out and thank you for spending your Monday night with the East to West Apparel Company XFINITY Series, brought to you by Extreme Horses Racing League, broadcasted here on All the Dirt. Myself, Mick Olofsson, and Dean Qualley. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who takes part in the league. And this is the first race of our XFINITY Series on Monday nights, and it has been exciting from start to finish. These guys have been putting on a great show. Only a couple cautions caused by accidents, one caused by the stage break. These guys have been doing a great job. A couple minor mistakes, but overall, these guys have been doing a great job for a Daytona race. 9 laps to go. Going to be 8 when we come to the stripe. Sean Patrick leading us down the tri-oval. Teammate Mark Kalin right behind him. Up on the high side, we got Daniel Krim, followed by the 2 Mays brothers. That top side is moving, but can't quite keep the momentum up. Getting a little out of shape there as they head down the back straightaway. Looks like Barrett Elam is going to the outside, looking to make it 3 wide. Here comes that number 5 of Mr. Michael Steele. A name we didn't get a chance to talk about much, but he has moved up into the top 10. He is up 16 positions from where he started early on in this race. Love to see Michael Steele doing well. Been racing with him for a long time. One of my good friends, painting partners. We bounce ideas off of each other all the time. Michael does an amazing job. And if Michael doesn't get a chance to, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Marcy and Ruby for letting him do this here tonight, racing with us and having a good time. And we got James, Michael's dad, cheering him on in the chat. Six laps to go. Daniel Krim's going to lead that one. Bottom side's picking up some momentum as we're heading to 22. Sean Patrick and Mark Kalin going to pick up the lead one more time. Heading down the back straightaway. We're going to be coming to 5 laps to go. Oh, Michael Steele gets a little bit of a push from the 8, got a little squirrely. He's able to save it. He lost 1 position. Still running in 10th. That lap time, Sean Patrick had the lead. Leaders running almost identical lap times right now. We're going to see some drivers start to get antsy, making some moves. It's go time. Might even be too late if you're farther back than 10th. Michael Steele's got a teammate right behind him with Dwayne Kernan at JTD. He's also got the 16 on the low side. Travis Lepenis, another teammate. Sean Patrick. 4 laps to go for the 26 machine. Looking to score his first EFRL win on the asphalt side. I do believe he's won a dirt race or 2. Hasn't had the best of luck in our Premier Series on Monday nights. Oh, we got a crash going backwards. 4 laps to go, no caution as of yet. There's the caution. Yellow flag, Dwayne Kernan came back on the track. Let's back that up and see what happened to Dwayne. Change angles on this bad boy. So Dwayne in the 36 up on that high side. Right behind Mr. Michael Steele. They are teammates. Travis Lepenis on the low line is also his teammate. Oh, he looks like he gives a shove to the 5. Michael got a little loose. He got out of the throttle, and here comes the 11 of Josh Fox trying to make something happen. He's going to collect the 36 to 162. Locking it down. He does keep it off of the inside wall. Oh, hold on, folks. 2 laps to go. This is going to be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Patrick, 31 positions up. Daniel Krim currently in second where he started. Mark Kalin up 9 spots. Kyle Mays down 3. Anthony Hamilton. Todd Mays. Todd Mays looks like he might need some help with his wrap. Drove too fast and is slightly askew. Lee Krause up in the top 10. Baron Elam Jr. top 10. Michael Steele up 15 spots, holding on to P number 9. Travis Lepenis in P10. Joshua Reese in that number 1 machine is in 11th. Brandon Combs, after getting involved in that early one, still currently in 12th. Landon Brown, Mark Shavers, Dylan Dunford, Aiden Giordano, after being involved in a caution early on, he's back in the hunt. Timmy Green, Ryan Frey, doesn't look like he got a whole lot of damage, but he has fallen back quite a bit after running up front most of the night. We got Mr. Jesse Adams, that number 55 machine. Josh Fox, who was just involved in that incident. Number 30 of Stephen Logan, Matthew Setzer, and Josh Walker's going to round out our top 25. Lights are off on the pace car. First attempt at a green-white checkered. Robbie and Chaz saying, "Go, Crim, go." Thanks for tuning in with us on a Monday night. If you like what you see, give a like, give a follow, subscribe, depending on the platform you are on. We will be here every Monday night putting on the EFRL East to West Apparel Company XFINITY series. We've got 40 drivers entered into this series. Had 36 of them here tonight. Huge field. We've only had a handful of cautions. These guys have been putting on a great show. Great racing up front. Very respectful. We got teammates on the bottom row, the 26 and the 62. Up top, we got the 47 of Crim, followed by teammates of the 22 and the 54. Anthony Hamilton by himself, Aaron Elam by himself, Lee Krause, lone wolf out there. Then we got teammates Michael Steele and Travis Lepenis. Base car is going to be dipping off. We're going to be going green for our first attempt at a green-white checkered. As long as the leaders take the white flag, that will mean that will signify that whether we crash or not, that will be the end of the race. Green flag is up in the air. Bottom line is going to get a good start. Sean Patrick, Mark Kalin, and Anthony Hamilton jump out to a couple car length lead. Crim and Mays on that high side, falling back a little bit. Ooh, the 62 jumps up to the high side, throws a block. Oh, they're crashing behind us. We're going to have another attempt. Yellow flag is out. Todd Mays, Michael Steele. Looks like both Mays brothers. Watch that 99 machine. He looks to make a move to avoid the 23. Gets clipped by the 22. The two Mays brothers come together, collect Michael Steele, Joshua Reese. That is some impressive driving by that number 5 machine of Michael Steele. Three laps to go. Teammates once again now are going to be on the front row, starting side by side. Unfortunately, cautions breed cautions. especially when there's only a couple laps to go. These guys are trying to get every last position they can. Every point's going to count when it comes to the end of the season. Dan Park going to get a lap back. See him getting the wave around. Daniel Krim still holding on to that third spot. He's going to be restarting on the bottom line for this one. Alright, while these guys are under caution, we will take a quick breather here. We'll be right back. Alright, attempt number 2 at a green-white checkered. We are re-racked, restacked, and ready to go get it. Front row will be Mark Kalin and Sean Patrick. Row number 2 is going to be Daniel Krim and Anthony Hamilton. Michael Steele, after being involved in that last one, able to save it off of the wall, not get too much damage. That number 5 car still looks pretty straight. He's going to be restarting inside row number 3 with Joshua Reese to his outside. Pace car is going to be dipping off as we come out of turn number 4 and head towards the trioval. Second attempt at a green-white checkered. Hopefully we don't have to use all 3 tonight. Pace car has dipped off. Green, green, green. Oh, we got him going every which way already. Caution flag has not flown yet. We got Mark Kalin, Daniel Krim, Sean Patrick on the high side. Here comes Michael Steele up into P number 3. Can we stay green going down the back straightaway? Got everybody making moves left and right. Mark Kalin in his first ever EFLR start is going to lead us coming out of turn number 4, headed towards a tri-oval. White flag will be in the air. Daniel Krim's going to lead us this time by. Joshua Reese now looking to make a bid for the lead on that high side. Here comes Mark Kalin falling back in line. Michael Steele, Sean Patrick, final lap. Regardless of what happens, this is going to be the end of it, folks. Here comes Joshua Reese on that high side, driving that number 1 Reese's machine. Daniel Krim battling back on the bottom. Coming out of turn number 4. Coming to the stripe. Daniel Krim, Mark Kalin, Joshua Reese, Michael Steele, Sean Patrick, our top 5. Great finish. We'll give these drivers just a couple minutes to run around, and we're going to pull these drivers up for some interviews. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be right back with the driver interviews of our top 3 cars. Alright, we'll give our drivers just a minute to jump into the waiting room, and we'll get started with our interviews in just a quick moment, folks. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We had a wonderful race. Crazy finish. Joshua Reese battled back the 62 of Mark Kalin in his first ever EFRL start, finishing second. Daniel Krim bringing home the lead. Good job. All right, finishing third, we got that number 1 machine, Mr. Joshua Reese.
What is up, Mick?
Not much, bud. How you doing tonight?
It was a crazy one.
That
It definitely was a crazy one.
that was a pretty wild race.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's very intense.
You had some ups, you had some downs. Looks like you had a couple contacts was made from some other drivers. Not necessarily anything you did wrong, but kind of got caught up in a little bit of a mess. But no damage done to your car. You were able to battle back and park that number 1 in the podium.
Yeah, the race started off very well. I mean, you went up there to the front, led a couple laps for a bit, ran up in the front, and then kind of dropped back to try to stay out of the wrecks. And we never wrecked in the first stage, and just could never get the track position back. And then once the wrecks started forming, got hit a couple of times into the wrecks, and just nothing I could have done. But thankfully, none of the damage was too bad, so we were able to repair it all and bring it back to P3.
I tell you, you guys put on a great show. There's a lot of respect for racing. A lot of the cautions were caused by just little things that went wrong. That's going to happen at a plate track like this, but overall, you guys put on a hell of a show.
Yeah. It puts out to this whole group of guys that Dean has got together. I mean, a whole team, like group of 40 people. It's a super speedway usually doesn't make for good things, but we went that whole first stage caution free. I was very surprised. Me and my team were all very surprised that we went green the whole way. But then we were like, once it picks up here, in the final stage, it's the wrecks are going to start happening, and the wrecks happen. They did, and like you said, none of it was anything crazy. Just hard racing to try and get to the front there at the end, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, and I know I've raced these cars before. You get 3 wide, and it doesn't take much to get these cars a little squirrely.
Oh yeah, for sure. These Xfinity cars sometimes are tough at taking pushes. Sean pushing me at the end. I mean, I wanted him to push me as hard as he could, but I also was scared that one wrong push could have caused with me wrecking in the wall. But thankfully, nothing bad happened.
Nope. Congratulations on finishing third. It's a good start to the season for you, and we look forward to seeing what you can do the rest of the season. Who do you want to give a shout out
to? My team at JFM, Josh, Dan. Unfortunately, Ben had some technical difficulties for the race, so he wasn't able to truly get to run. Shout out to them. It's good being able to race with them as usual. Also Aiden and Jesse with Dark Fox Motorsports. Good working with them too. Thank you for putting on the broadcast every week, and thank you to Dean for putting on the league.
All right, well, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing that number 1 back in the podium next week.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
In his first EFRL official start, the 62 of Mr. Mark Kalin bringing home that machine in second after leading a good chunk of these late race laps.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun out there in my first EFRL race. I wasn't sure what to expect, so the first half I just basically rode in second to last and kind of felt it out. And then, just kind of kicked on the afterburners and cut my way up through the field and just tried to get the best possible finish I could have gotten, because I don't really know anyone in this league other than one person, and that's my teammate Sean Patrick. So I wasn't really expecting a lot, but I will definitely take a P2 on debut.
So now here's going to be the question that's going to be asked in your garage all week. Did you bail on your teammate too early?
So I didn't bail on him at all. I tried to on that. Are you talking about on that final restart?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, we timed it out the start, but for whatever reason he just did not get going quick enough, and I tried to lift to help him get up there, but it I mean, with the guy pushing behind me, Daniel, there wasn't really a whole lot I could have done. And I wasn't going to risk pulling out of line and giving the win away, but I did what I could from where I was. Unfortunately, he just didn't have the start needed to stay up there with me.
All right. Well, I appreciate the honesty. So, because I know from like my point of view, I think he was actually leading up to that last caution. You moved up to the high side. Looked like you were making a pass to try to get the lead then.
So our goal was to try and control both lanes, and it just didn't work out the way we wanted it to with the way the runs worked. So, but yeah, solid effort from from Sean Patrick, and Michael Steele with all three of us finishing the top 5 tonight. That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. And both, like, Sean was up 27 positions from where he started. Easily the biggest mover. Michael Steele, even after getting caught up in that late race caution, heck of a job by him saving that car off the wall. He finished P4, up 20 spots.
Yeah, fantastic job from both those guys. And I honestly, I didn't know what to expect, but I'm happy with the results, and hopefully can contend for the championship this season.
Well, it's looking pretty good so far. You were pretty quick in practice. Looks like you've got a pretty good team built around you, and I'm looking forward to see what you guys do for the rest of the season.
Well, and I look forward to hopefully some more booth interviews later this season as well. And that was a fun one. Can't wait for next week.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to my wife, Megan. She supports my constant sim racing pretty much 24/7. Um, and my friend Sean for getting me involved in this league. Michael Steele with the beautiful wraps on these cars. I mean, they are amazing. The paint for mine is inspired by a outlaw figure eight driver from the Indianapolis area named Mark Tunney. Yeah, he did an awesome job bringing out these colors. And then yeah, I want to give you a shout out up there in the booth putting on this broadcast, and to the owners of the league for putting on the league.
All right, well, thank you very much. And yeah, Michael Steele will never disappoint. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you back in the booth in the upcoming weeks.
All right, thank you, bud.
All right, we got the driver of that number 47, Mr. Daniel Krim. Ooh, buddy, what a finish.
For sure, yeah. It was a fun one.
Now-
Going to those last few restarts, and I was like, man, if I can at least come out here top 10, top 5, I'll be happy, but we'll see what happens, and was able to make something happen.
You were up front a good portion of this race. Was that your plan all night?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I've learned my lesson trying to stay at the back for all the different 500s I've done and all the other racing, especially on iRacing in general. And I told Ryan before the race, like, I gotta stay up front. I can't trust these guys in the back to keep a straight line and not do anything stupid. And I knew during the practice races that everyone was staying pretty aggressive. There wasn't a lot of single file. So I knew I could at least trust a good portion of the field to stay aggressive and do that. But I was just worried about those handful of guys, and I just didn't want to be back there. So I told him, I was like, hey, I want to be up here. I want to be like Dale Jr. I want to lead every lap.
Well, you did pretty close to that. I mean, that 47 was up front battling every lap. Ryan was right there with you for a lot of it. He ended up getting caught up in a late race caution, got a bad push. And unfortunately for him, it kind of wrecked his top 5 finish that he had going on, but he finished P11, so not too terrible.
Yeah, not bad for my HSR Phantom teammate for sure. And I want to give a huge shout out to the 22, Cal Mace. He did awesome all night from the first time we got hooked up together with me pushing him and the 5, or I think it was the 2, pushing us from behind. We were able to just make that top line roll. We had a really good group up there. It's hard to make this top line work unless you have a good group of drivers, and I will give it to those guys that were up there with us that we were able to get that line pulled. More often than not, you don't really see that kind of domination up there, being able to stay with the bottom group and even be able to make runs consistently. So to be leading and then also behind them, controlling the race from second or third, because in my opinion, when you're drafting at these tracks, you can lead, you can be a good pusher, but it's the second and third car in line normally that really do the best at pushing these lines and getting the race going. So shout out again to Kyle. He did awesome. I would not have been up there and stayed up there. I even messaged him for the last restart, or second to last, and I said, let's do this. And he's messaged me back 10-4. So again, shout out to him. He did awesome.
I've been around those Mays brothers quite a bit, and those guys know how to get stuff done. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, this was my kind of first, well, other than the practice race, first time racing with those guys, and I think this time I actually got to get hooked up with them during the practice race. I don't think I ever even saw them. I probably didn't.
Well, congratulations. It's a great way to start off the season. We had a few cautions there late, but that's kind of what's going to happen at a plate race like this. But overall, you guys put on a heck of a show. Very respectful, hard racing, which is what we like to see.
Oh yeah, it was definitely fun.
Well, congratulations. It looks like you already gave your shout-outs, and I think that's going to do it for us here at All the Dirt on a Monday night.
I got you, man. I got a few more. I got to give everybody a shout out on this car.
Oh, go ahead. You won. You deserve it, man.
Definitely got to give a shout out to. Hey, if they're on this car, they deserve it. So got to give a shout out to Bronze Motorsports, All Star 15 TV on YouTube, Hard AF Filter, all that on the GTS Concepts Paint Scheme, Fried Trucking, Nursery Nerd Things Podcast, American Suppressor Systems, Regenerative Sports, and JTZ Services. Shout out to everybody on the HSR Phantom team. Also, Effective CPR North Carolina. He's not on this car. I didn't really have enough room to fit another sponsor, so I was trying to fit them in. And then, of course, Ryan's also his other podcast, Wrestle with Nerds. So shout out to everybody in the HSR Phantom crew. And yeah, and shout out for you for broadcasting too. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, and I can contest to those boys over at All Star 15 TV. I've known AJ Coppola and Ryan for a long time. Mad respect for those guys and what they do, and I love listening to their podcast. So if you got time, Nerds Doing Nerds Things is an awesome podcast. Don't sleep on that one. You guys have a wonderful night, and we're gonna call it a night from all the dirt. And congratulations to that 47 team. You guys definitely earned that thing tonight.
Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all.
Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We'll be back next week for the East to West Apparel Company XFINITY series, brought to you by Extreme Forces Racing. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, and you can watch our sister broadcast tomorrow night on Extreme Broadcasting Network right here on YouTube. Thank you very much for everybody. We look forward to seeing you back next week.